Do-do-do. Try to make this sound. Let me do that. Doing mechanics streams. Doing mechanics tests. Let's see if we can put this over here as well. And we'll get this ready to go. Do-do-do. This doesn't seem right. Why isn't my, Where's my thingy at? Is it there? I just can't see it. Test. No, it's not showing up. There it is. There we go. I'm trying to figure out where the heck it went. Alright, there we go. I was like, I should have things on here. There we go. Brightside says he doesn't like tests. What's up with that? How do you not like tests? I mean, I guess I don't like tests much either, to be fair. Oh, let me go ahead and let these people know. They give you anxiety. They also like tests. I don't mind tests too much. Projects are the things I don't like. Alright. Let's go ahead and load some of this stuff up. Alright. That's a good spherical set right there. Which one? This one? This one is a great spherical set. I use it to test a whole bunch of entry hazards mechanics off stream. I did some testing over Thanksgiving break, and we're actually going to be doing something similar if I have enough time today in Pokemon X and Y, because a user asked me on Smogon if that was the way it behaved in older generations as well. And so we'll be testing in XY today, and then preferably we'll get Gen 5 done at some point in the future. Alright, and we're just gonna throw some of these guys in here. Oh look, it says Pokerus. That looks off compared to normal Pokerus. Is that what uncured Pokerus looks like? That doesn't look right. Huh, I guess I just been using, it's been so long, huh? Alright, whatever. We're gonna be throwing these guys in here. We have just a few tests to start off with that are pretty small. We need to get these out of the way. Yeah, also, I mean, it looks weird. I don't know, it looks like Oras Pokerus, I guess. But anyway, on the other side, I need to get some Pokemon specifically, so... Oh... I don't even know what I want. I want a Bulu on the other side. Pardon me as I get this ready. I didn't have the teams preloaded. I guess we can just do this. Sorry. How does Taunt? How does... Oh, you mean Truant. Okay, how does Truant and Hyper Beam get Impact work? I actually don't remember. I'm pretty sure Truant, it doesn't matter. Like if you... No, because if you Giga Impact with Slacking, then you don't like lose you don't lose 2 turns. You just get to attack. So on your recharged turn, it's a Truant turn, I believe. If I remember right? Not sure, actually. I'd have to grab a Slacking test. But I know that they use Giga Impact on Slacking. Like in singles. Like you can use that on the Revenge Killer set. What's the play for the IC? You probably want to use, like, something relatively standard, but something that can best of 1 people. You don't want to use, like if you use, like, literally copy-paste Ashton's team, then you probably won't get that high. Because, like, everyone's going to know what that is. IC, you have to have something that's best of 1. saw something about on the bug reports. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to double check my stuff on that. Yeah, that should be pretty easy to test though. We're gonna go ahead and start off with our Miniors. I want to lead with the slower Minior. I'm pretty sure it got fixed. Yeah. See, Sadistic Message has got it right. Yeah, I thought that's what it was. So it's, I want to leave with my 151. No, I want to leave with my 150. I want to leave with my 150 Minior. I don't think we'll be able to do the Wishiwashis this round, but... Yeah, that's also what I expected. Alright. Now the other side. This is not, this is actually like a legit team on the opposing side. Or it was back in 18. And so we're gonna have to see if, or yeah, what happens with this. So the first thing we're gonna notice is to see which Minior actually transforms first. So the faster one should be on the right, so it should be the one that transforms first. That's a Scarf Bulu, by the way. The Jitine Kamo, yeah, I know. Okay, yeah, the right one transformed first. And I'll double check to make sure that that's the right speeds, because I didn't give them helpful nicknames. That should be correct. Yeah, the one on the right was the faster one. Okay. So, we're going to be testing that later on with some specific speed tier things. So, we're going to switch to Drapion and we'll just kill a turn. On the other side... let's see, this should be a good time waster. That's it. Kamo was the only team. Kamo was terrible. Running Kamo. It's not ban-worthy, but it is shame-worthy. Also, it looks like he's a, wait, does the blue symbol mean that you're a sub, or does that just mean, oh, it just means you have Twitch Prime. I don't know why it shows that. That's weird. Okay. Came back to Pokemon after like a year. Is a team of Cart, Incin, Zern, Garchomp, Vinny, and Kai. It's not that bad. Replace the Garchomp with a, let's see, what would be good? Like a Smeargle and you'll be fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to side Infestation my Minior here. First of all, I want to see, does this actually trap the Minior? I don't know if this does or not. Okay, it says it has been afflicted, so it should... What that means is that the Minior should be unable to switch out, and we'll test that here. So let's see if we can switch it out. We shouldn't be able to switch it out because of Infestation's effect. Yeah, as you can see, it says Minior cannot be switched out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to Roar, and I'm pretty sure that Roar will bypass these sorts of like forced trapping scenarios, but I'm not 100% certain, which is why we're testing it. I don't know what the fail message is, even if it doesn't work. Let's see here. This is Tailwind, blah, blah, blah. Roar. Yeah, it works. You can roar it out just fine. Okay. As expected. Hey, nice! We got Kangaskhan in. Kangaskhan is the next thing we have to do. I love this nickname, by the way. Go ask Erdad. It was like, this is a high-tier Kangaskhan nickname. Anyone can tell me otherwise. You can't roar with Ingrain. Yeah, you can't roar with Ingrain, so I wasn't sure if it applied also for the other trapping moves. I mean, because obviously, like, you never want to actually roar out the opponent, so, like, in theory, like, maybe you could, like, side Infestation or side Whirlpool or something ridiculous to make your Xerneas immune to roar, but, yeah, someone asked me to test that, and so, yeah. The next test we're going to do is we're going to be testing Secret Power's interaction with Kangaskhan in grassy terrain, so I'm actually going to switch out my Tapu Bulu into, hopefully I have a resist on this team. I have a Nihilego, that's not quite a resist, but it'll have to do. And so, back in Generation 6, some researchers determined that for some reason, secret power is a move that has a variable effect, but that variable effect changes on based on what terrain is active. And so when terrain is active, you actually have a 30% chance of putting your opponent to sleep. And so all I want to see is, can we put any Pokemon to sleep on the first hit of secret power? That's what I care about. Okay, that was on the second hit. So back in Generation 6, they could only do it on the first hit. They could never manage to pull it off on the second hit. So we're going to be spamming this quite a bit. I believe it's okay to use it on partners. And so we're just going to be spamming this a lot. Hit 2 times. The sleep effect occurred. Yeah, you notice how like how it says it hit 2 times and then Drapion got put to sleep? Oh shoot. Well, that's awkward. I always forget, so I usually use Sleep Talk to kill turns, but that doesn't work so well when you're testing sleep interactions. So yeah, let's be a little more careful with that. Grassy terrain's down. I don't want to kill my Bulu, so I'm gonna go ahead and just like sack off all my Pokemon as I switch them in. I'm just gonna attack all my Pokemon as I switch them in. So I'm gonna switch Nihilego out to Bulu. If you don't want, Gerd Smeargle set for that would probably be something like Follow Me, Fake Out, whatever move you like, and then Spiky Shield. That's usually a good move set for Smeargle. The last one can be kind of just whatever suits your fancy. There's a lot of good moves that you can use on it. You can use Spore, Lovely Kiss, both have their advantages. You can use Crafty Shield, Wide Guard's another good option on Smeargle. That'd be another good option. Yeah, there's quite a few though. I mean, you can run like Soak if you want. I mean, there's literally endless possibilities. Yeah. No hit that time. Switch in other fish. Actually, we'll attack the Bulu. And we'll switch in Kamo. Oh, Transform is also another decent option. It's shiny. Uh-oh. Yeah, just use 252 HP, 252 speed. That'll be just fine. You can get a little bit more complex on that, but there's not really much more you want to do. Times sleep. So it's never putting to sleep after the first hit. As you guys might be familiar from other interactions with Parental Bond, like for example Power Up Punch, normally if secondary effects happen, they happen in the meantime. By in the meantime, I mean like they will activate before it says the final hit, like got the second. Like it'll like for Power Up Punch's case, it'll Power Up Punch, you'll raise your attack, then it'll Power Up Punch hit again, it'll raise your attack again, and then it'll say it hit 2 times. The fact that Secret Power text for putting something to sleep is coming after this makes me believe that this is still the same way. So we'll just do, I'm just going to put as many Pokemon to sleep as I possibly can. Yep, sleep there. Alright, we'll switch Incineroar back to the other one that's remaining that I haven't actually put to sleep at is that Tapu Bulu and my Regigigas, so. Does Sableye get Ally Switch? I bet it does. Every Pokemon gets Ally Switch. I wonder if Tapu Bulu gets Ally Switch. Oh, I'm an idiot. I did not time that well. We're gonna have to kill some turns, switching back. Actually, I can still use Secret Power. Secret Power, if there's no grassy terrain up, we'll have the chance to paralyze. And so it would be the same effect. Why does Boo not get Double Team? It doesn't get Double Team? Insane. Who decided to do that? Ooh, that looked different. Hit, hit. Alright, we'll try to... Yeah. I'll try a Secret Power the Voodoo. If I can't pull it off, then I'm gonna feel pretty confident that the mechanic from Generation 6 has remained the same. Why it behaves this way, I couldn't tell you. Hits. The mechanic right now that we're testing is an old one, Caitlin. Back in Generation 6, there was a meme of you'd set grassy terrain and then you'd use Secret Power with Kangaskhan and you'd have a 51% chance to put something to sleep on Showdown. But on Cart, they determined that this actually wasn't the case. And so I was just going to like review the tests, see if it's if it's still the same way in the current generation. Kangaskhan doesn't even get Secret Power unless it's from Oros, though. Interesting that I'm not putting the Bulu to sleep, though. I mean, I guess if it is 30% each time, then that's like trying to Scald Burn it or something, so. I'm pretty sure you can put grass types to sleep. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I wouldn't be able to, because you can Hypnosis it. It's just annoying that I haven't yet. But I've used 9 Secret Powers so far, and none of them have put to sleep on the first time. Or excuse me, I think I had 9 left. Good old Scarf Magic Room Lele. Yeah, it's fine actually if I don't put Pokemon to sleep, because all I care about is whether or not they can, like, if the first hit can be put to sleep, it can put to sleep at all. So if it's not rolling on the first hit of the RNG. Why do that when you have Scarf Ally Switch? Good question. All right, once the Bulu dies, okay, let's see here. There we go. Okay, second hit. Yeah, I feel relatively confident. Those was 12 Secret Powers. I don't know how many of them put to sleep, but I feel relatively confident. I mean, well, it could be possible. I wasn't actually counting. It's possible that the rate was actually about 60% about 51% regardless. And then it just applies the sleep at the end of it. Wait, actually, I didn't wake up any of my Pokemon, so I can count them. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 out of how much PP do I have left? 5 out of 13. So let's see what that approximately is. I mean, 13 cases is not that high, but that's roughly around 38%. That could tend towards either side, honestly. Like, I think it's pretty likely that it's 30%, and that it's not, like, applying the 30% chance each time. If it was applying a 30% chance each time, you'd expect it to be 51%. Is it just because secret power changes? Yeah, I'm not really sure. I couldn't tell you. Tri-attack does not do something similar. We labbed out a whole bunch of tests with Tri-attack, or excuse me, Sadistic Mystic did. And he determined that if you, like, for example, Tri-attack into a, let's say, a Rotom Frost, then you still only have roughly a 20% divided by 3 chance to burn. You don't have an increase. You don't have a 20% chance to burn or something like that. But in any case, that should have. I think that pretty well determines the secret power mechanic I wanted to test. So next up, what we're going to do is we're going to double lead Wishiwashi and see if they transform in order of speed. Oh, you mean the parental bot and status occurring? No. Tri-attack would roll twice. It's just like if you use, like, Ice Punch with Kangaskhan. If you use Ice Punch with Kangaskhan, then it will roll, then you could roll the freeze the first time. If you used, like, say you had, what's it called, the Lumberry, and you used Parental Bond do not cancel the battle. So if you had a Lumberry and had the Parental Bond Tri-attack, then you could, like, hit the target, like, freeze it, and then the Lumberry could activate, and then you could burn it on the second one. Like, that would be possible. Secret Power is a special case for some reason. Why it is, I have no idea. I assume it's because, like, it checks the, whether or not the target should be, like, where that condition should apply afterwards. So that's kind of interesting, but nothing too terribly important. Okay, so we need to take this guy out. And we can take this guy out as well. We don't need either of them. Now we get to put in our Regigigas. Are you excited for Regigigas? Because I know I sure am. I need some Pokemon over here. We're gonna be able to do one thing with Regigigas. Yeah, we should be able to do one thing with Regigigas. So, loading up a different team on the other side as well. Pardon me. Okay, so we're going to lead with our Wishiwashis, but I'm going to lead with my slower one first. Yep, this one's a slower one. By quite a bit, actually. Okay, and then we'll have our Regis. One of these mechanics will be just funny, but anyway, we'll do this, and then we'll do, let's see what I'm on the other side. We'll do Cresselia. No, I want Pokemon that can. We'll do this. Actually, let's grab these two. Alright, we'll do that. Okay. I also need to load up the damage calculator because we're going to need that. This is probably the funniest mechanic I've ever seen. By the way. This is literally the funniest mechanic I've ever seen. Not the one that's going to be coming up straight away. The first one is just going to be, which order do the Wishiwashis transform in? So the slower one is, or excuse me, the faster one is on the right side. So pressure, my schooling. Should be Incineroar's. Oh. My second Wishiwashi schooling activated second. Oh, because apparently that Incineroar doesn't have Intimidate. Okay, well, whatever. That's important. So the second Wishiwashi transformed first. That is the faster one, so it's not left to right, basically. So that's a minor thing. We'll deal with that in a second. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to switch in our Regigigas. And we are going to... let's switch in double Regigigas. I cannot think of a better way to do this. We're just gonna kill turns on the other side. We want to switch this one out. So, for some reason, at least in Pokemon Sun and Moon, so you know how Regigigas, his slow start, will have its attack and speed, right? It has something else as well. It halves the damage from something else. So, can you guys take a guess maybe as to what in particular maybe slow start might have? I've got it on there, so I need to pull up my Zapdos, the damage calc. I'm gonna pull up my Zapdos. So, the Zapdos has 195 HP, which I believe is max. Nope, it has 236 HP and 4 special defense. And now we're gonna look at Regigigas. Let's choose the one that has more special attack. This one, so the left one. The left one, I believe it has no investment. It has like neutral natures and stuff. Yeah, so it has 100, and we've got Hyper Beam on this Regigigas. So what we're gonna do is we're going to Z Hyper Beam the Zapdos right here, and we're gonna sleep talk. And let me go ahead and paste a damage calc with this in the chat. So let's make sure that this doesn't. Yeah. All right. So this is the damage calc for that. And pardon me as I input moves on the other side. So let's see how much damage it does to the Zapdos. How much damage do you think it's going to do, guys? Big boy Regigigas. You don't mess around with Regigigas. Watch him. Rah! Gonna chop your neck off. That's what he's gonna do. Oh! Yeah, so it actually did. So from those damage rolls, expected it to deal 102 to 121 damage. But it actually dealt somewhere, or it dealt exactly 195 minus 140. So it actually dealt 55 damage. So it did half. It did half. Is that funny? Why do they do that? But that's not how it works with normal attacks, though. So, like, let's say I use regular Hyper Beam. So I use regular Hyper Beam, and I'll use Tailwind. No, I'm gonna use Roost. We'll use Roost. We'll just up. And let me go ahead and let me take off the Z move. And so, Hyper Beam should still not be very powerful. Unfortunately, poor Regigigas. He is not the strongest. But this is what that damage looks like. So let's see how much it does this time. Now that it now that it isn't using a Z move, maybe it'll be a little weaker, right? Might expect that. Oh, Hyper Beam. Nope, it did more. It did. Let's see the actual damage roll. So it did 195 down to 116. So it did 79 damage, which was in the expected damage range. Let me go ahead and paste the damage rolls. So it did 79. And yeah. Anyway, that's funny. And now I can't even move with the other one. Poor Regigigas. All right. Now, as we wait for let me think about this. Oh, how many turns? How many turns have my Regigigas has been out? They've been out for what, 2 turns now? Have they been out for 2 turns? I think they have. Maybe 3. Can we do a PZ Hyper Beam against him? Absolutely no. Not. What's up? Adios, Grandma's cooking. Thanks for coming out for what you're able to. Let's see if we can, might be able to time this. Alright. Did I time this right? Let's see here. So my Regigigas have been out for how many turns? I know I literally just asked that. Oh wait, I could check by how many Sleep Talk PP I've used. I've used 3, which means that they're gonna be full up in 2 turns, which also means I don't think I'll be able to test anything else. Let's see here. Do I have any status moves? I don't think I have any on this team. Alright, so that's okay. We'll go ahead and I just want to see the order in which slow starts wore off. We'll be looking at that in a bit later on, but so for now we'll kill these 2 extra turns, and then we just need to engineer some specific scenarios. So both these Regigigas should get their acts together, and also I'm an idiot because you can't tell which one is which. So we're probably not going to actually be able to see which Regigigas get its act together first. Yeah, I'm an idiot. You can't even tell the difference. Okay, we're gonna have to maybe give one of these a nickname, which would be pretty simple for me to do. But yeah, anyway. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up a few other tests. Particularly what I'm gonna be doing next is comparing the speeds of the Minior with other entrance abilities, and also with the schooling. So what I mean by that is I'm basically going to be just bringing that Zapdos again and actually bringing in Incineroar with Intimidate. So all I need to do is, so I'm not sure if Shields Down and Schooling count as entrance abilities or if they're separate. So I don't think I actually should have to change anything. Let me just grab a real Incineroar on the other side. Or at least something with an entrance ability that's relatively slow. Perfect, this one will work. Yep. Oh, we were gonna do some magic on the Regigigas, weren't we? Alright, so let's see here. So Regigigas, this is box 19, slot 1, 6, 12, 18, 17. Is this one faster? This is the faster one, 17. 17. Apologies as I work my magic. Alright, there we go. Most more appropriate nicknames. Okay. And we will get this going. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lead my fast Minior. Whichever one of these is the faster one. I believe this one is the faster one. Oh, wrong one. This is the faster one. I'm going to lead the... Alright, I'm going to lead slow Wishiwashi first. I believe this is slow Wishiwashi. Yep, this is slow Wishiwashi. So slow Wishiwashi, Minior, and then the other ones don't matter. I'm actually probably going to forfeit immediately after turn 1. So we're going to lead Zapdos, Incineroar, and yeah, that's all I need really. So I'm paying attention especially to... I'm expecting the Minior to go before the Zapdos, then the Incineroar's Intimidate to activate, and then finally the Wishiwashi's Schooling to activate. That's what I'm expecting to happen. But we'll see if that's what actually pans out. Pressure. Intimidate. Okay, so I was actually wrong on that. Because this Incineroar is almost certainly slower than the Minior. Let me double check the speeds, but I'm fairly certain that's true. So my Minior is actually faster. Oh, actually, this Incineroar might be faster than 91. No, it's 83. Okay, the opposing Incineroar is 83 stat. So the Minior, just even if it was like for some reason considering base like this, shields down. I think it's what no shields. Meteor form. Meteor form. This is meteor form. So even if it was considering meteor form Minior's speed, if that was an ability activation, then it should have activated prior to the opponent's Intimidate, but it didn't, which means that it looks like these sorts of transformations on entry are actually slightly different in the order of like activations. So that's important to keep in mind. The Miniors went before the Wishiwashis, but that doesn't indicate too much. I'd have to mix and match my speeds around to test otherwise, but so that's not particularly interesting for us. So we have one last thing to test, and that's going to be again with our friend Regigigas. And then we will be moving on to actually Pokemon X and Y. We'll be switching over to those games. Or more appropriately, I'll be using Alpha Sapphire and Pokemon X, but they use Pokemon X's mechanics when you battle with those two together. I'm fairly certain they do anyway. I don't think it's like in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon where they override. So this last one, with Regigigas, I'm going to need some patience from you guys because this is going to take a little bit of time to test. Let's see here. I'll just throw some Smeargles in. I'm going to need, let's see here. I'm apparently a Snorlax monster's end turn resolution order list. He forgot to include Slow Start. So we're going to be testing when Slow Start wears up with respect to various other effects. So let me see what else. So probably terrain. So like grassy terrain and poison would be a good one. We can start off with those two. That'll give us a good starting point. So we'll grab Tapu Bulu and a Toxicmon. So pardon me as I search on the other side for a toxic Pokemon. Let's see here. Oh, I do have one, thankfully. It is a Shuckle. Again. All right. Getting this loaded up. Appears to be a problem with one of my Pokemon. Oh, I know what that one is. That's better. Alright, I finally got my DS Other, got that ready to go, so. Let's see this. So, I'll start off by leading with both my Regigigases. And I'll just switch to have these two in the back. I'll lead with Shuckle and Lulu. I'll keep these two in the back. So, for example, it's very well documented that, well, if I could find the source. There it is. It's well documented that grassy terrain happens before poison damage. Also, this is a bad test. I just realized. No, it's not. It's not because terrain dissipating happens at the close to the end of the turn. Anyway. So it's well documented, like, for example, toxic always occurs before grassy terrain recovery. But it's not known where slow start occurs and, like, all of those things near at the end. The wearing off effect of that, so we're going to be testing that today. Alright, there we go. And now we just have to waste turns until slow start runs out. I'm expecting slow start to run out after both grassy terrain and toxic end, but I'm expecting it to not run out before the terrain completely leaves the field. So I'll say what I mean about that in a second, but. By the way, as you might be noticing, the toxic damage and grassy terrain recovery are both consistently moving in the order of the faster Regigigas to the slower Regigigas. And that's why this testing is relevant at all, because you can use it to determine speed information. There's a whole bunch of technical things that happen at the end of the turn as well, so it happens to be, like, the fact that we don't have this is kind of annoying, so I thought about just grabbing it. Right. So this should be the 5th Sleep Talk, which means that grassy terrain should be running out on this turn, in addition to, in addition to slow start ending. So we're going to pay close attention to the order of effects that occur here at the end. So it should be grassy terrain on faster Regigigas, then slower Regigigas and Shuckle. Then it should be the poison damage from both. And then I'm expecting it to be slow start for both. And then I'm expecting it to be grassy terrain end, but we'll see. Grassy terrain end. Interesting. So slow start end happened after terrain end. And terrain ending is really late into the checks. So that means that it's really, really late. That's actually really late. What the heck? If that happens after terrain ends, then it should then. Okay, I guess the next thing that has to be then Moody. Moody would be the next thing to test. So we're gonna forfeit and get a Moody smear going. We'll also pick another random effect. Maybe reflect ending would be a good choice, I think. On this side, my Regigigas should stay the same. But I need to grab a Reflect Pokemon. Where's my Reflect? Reflect. Anything I also need to grab, what I decide on? Reflect and, oh yeah, Moody. So I need to grab a Moody Smeargle. I should have a Moody Smeargle somewhere. Come on. Hopefully I have a Moody Smeargle on this cart. Let's see here. I did not. So I'm going to need to actually go back in and put a Moody Smeargle on this side. And then we'll skill swap it over to the opposing Smeargle. No, we won't be able to do that. No, we should be able to do that if we timed the, yeah, it'll just be annoying. Yeah, this will be doable, but it'll be annoying. Okay. So let me grab this. Then a real Smeargle. Okay. And on the other side should be good. Let's see here. Alright, so we're gonna need to... By the way, we're playing some sad music. I know this is... Come on. Alright. This guy is. Do. So we'll skill swap off this Smeargle. I got his tail on, that's funny. I guess that doesn't really matter what I do. Since we don't protect. So. Yeah, tail one's fine. Yon Fire, what up? Alright. Oh, that means maybe I was gonna have Moody. That's funny. For a second. Moody! Okay, we'll pass this to the opposing Smeargle. If you guys are wondering why the opposing Shuckle's Encore is failing, it's because I'm targeting the opposing Smeargle. Okay. Now Smeargle has Moody. Very big surprise there. So I'm going to set up Reflect and also switch into my two Regigigases. So my opposing Smeargle over here has Reflect. see, actually, I might be able to time this. I might be able to time this, actually. This guard split is not for anything, I'm just killing a turn. Okay. I want to make sure I time my encore ending on the same turn that would happen, so let me think. So encore lasts 3 turns, and my Smeargle's gonna be moving first. So I think I should be using it on this turn, let me think. So if I use encore on this turn, then you would go 1, 2, 3. So I want to use one more turn from now. I'll encore the Smeargle into Reflect, which I don't even know if we can do that. Maybe I'll encore into Rapid Spin. This Smeargle also knows Rapid Spin, so that works just fine. Assuming it hasn't gotten any evasion boosts. Let's see if it got any evasion boosts. I haven't been paying attention. Nope, it has lowered its speed. So now, go ahead. Opponent. More sleep talks. More turns. Yada yada. Black wears off. Moody. Did I time my Reflect badly? I must have. Yeah, I must have timed my Reflect poorly. Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh well. Hello, Darkion66. I timed my Reflect really badly there. What the heck? Oh well. Let me see what speed. So currently Smeargle has +1 speed, and it has a base speed of 127, so it's definitely faster than both of my Regigigas here. Alright, so let's pay attention to what happens here at the end game. So Moody first. Did Encore not end either? No, Encore didn't end either, because I'm a freaking idiot. I can't count. Okay, so the Moody went before both Regigigas' things, which is probably indicative. Let me see. Reading up on the order of this. 1 second. That's what I want to start it. So speed boost went before slow start for sure. Excuse me, Moody did. So it's probably pretty late. Trying to figure out where would be a good place to test next. Because it's definitely after Reflect then. If it happened after Moody, then probably the next best thing to do would be to see if I could time a slow start being over at the same time as a Moody being over. Or as a Moody that's like slower. That'd probably be like the best timing. Do you think like in battle? Yeah, sure. Hop on Pokemon Showdown and you should be able to battle pretty much whoever you want. Okay, so I'm gonna have to think about something clever to make it time so I could time this. So I can time this a little bit better. Because currently, all we know for sure is that Moody with speed boosted went before the Regigigas' slow start, which really doesn't tell us too much. Looks like we could test like Flame Orb. Flame Orb would be a good test, it looks like, to see if it goes before or after Flame Orb. So, on the opposing side, I'm going to see if I have a Flame Orb. I don't even know if I have a Flame Orb, because I haven't done too much. Oh, I do have a Toxic Orb on here. Perfect. Toxic Orb is in the same bracket, so I can test Toxic Orb. And then we'll see if we can get Moody to get better rolls, and we'll see if we can actually time a Reflect better. For now, I'm confident that the Regigigas' speeds always activate from faster to slower no matter what. So at least within Slow Start itself, it's activating based on speed. You think I can? I thought you were on. I am on 3DS. Right now, I'm doing mechanics tests, Darkion. So I'm doing research on various mechanics. I'm not currently doing viewer battles. The only viewer battles I would probably do anyway are probably what's it called? VGC 19 battles. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lead our Smeargle, and hopefully we can time stuff better. Yeah, no worries. Alright, so does that reflect? What is this one going to do? I guess I can spam Spiky. Does that reflect? Skill turn with Guard Split. So ideally what we're looking for here is we're looking for speed drops on Spherical. On our Moody Spherical. Doesn't have to be though. should want to encore on this turn. A lot of patient boost with this Smeargle. It's a good Smeargle. Okay, this should be the final turn. Yeah, final turn. Opposing final turn of Reflect. Not the final turn of Encore, because again, I can't count. But that's okay. A little spiky here. And then on the opposing side. Let's see here. Collector off. Moody again. Finally, I got us back together. My speed stat hadn't been affected. But this is still be naturally faster. I'm an idiot! I wanted to switch in the Toxic Orb. Jeez. Oh man, why can't you go back a turn on the DS? I got so excited that it was already the 5th turn. Alright. I'm pretty sure Reflect wearing off is before Encore. Yeah, Reflect is after Encore, so I don't need to test with Encore anymore, I guess, but wish I was slightly less of an idiot there. Should be able to do, let me think. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my, I think I have my Dark Mantan, don't I? I have my Dark Mantan somewhere around here. Yeah, I have a Dark Mantan. Alright. So he should be able to help us test this too. Our Dark Mantan should be very helpful. I just have to actually remember on the 4th turn to actually switch in the Toxic Orb. And also to time my Encores better. We'll lead with this one this time. Can you battle? Well, I mean, if you mean you can battle me, currently I'm doing mechanics tests. So what that means is that I'm labbing out various interactions in the game for purposes of trying to understand them and try and get proper implementation on Pokemon Showdown. So I'm not currently accepting viewer battles at this time. Sorry about that. So I think I'm gonna Encore on this turn. I think think that'll make my encores line up. Not like it matters, but might as well. Yep, no worries. It's your boy Mike. So, on this next turn, I should be doing with my switch here. As long as I've timed this correctly. So, 12, no. Yes, it is on this turn. So on this turn, I'm going to go for Belly Drum with Darmanitan. And since this Darmanitan has the Zen mode ability, what's going to happen is it's going to transform into Darmanitan Zen mode. However, I have engineered this such that we should be able to... My anticipation, what I'm expecting to happen is I'm expecting for Slow Start to activate first, then the Toxic Orb, then Darmanitan's transformation. So let's see if that actually, how things panned out. Encore ends, finally got us act together, Toxic Orb, and Transformation. Okay, that's about how I expected things to go. So, yeah. The fact that my Slow Start went before a Toxic Orb and after a Moody, I think that implies that it's in Block B. Excuse me, it's in Block B of the End Turn Resolution Order. I'll go ahead and link that. So the End Turn Resolution Order was information documented by Snorlax Monster, and he did a lot of research into determining when various effects wear off at the end of the turn and in what order they do, because some of them are determined by speed and some of them aren't. So, based on his research and the testing that I've done here, I'm expecting Slow Start to be a Block B effect, because it went after Terrain Dissipating, but it went before Toxic Orb, which places it in Block B. I'm not exactly sure. I'll have to refresh my memory on the interactions between various things within Block B. I think, yeah. I'd have to double check my stuff. I think it means that a Toxic Orb on... Well, I think it means a faster Toxic Orb would activate prior to Speed Boost, if I remember correctly. I'd have to double check my logic on that, but regardless, that's the last test that I wanted to do in Generation 7, so we're going to be switching over to Generation 6. So this is going to take me a bit to switch over. So let me go ahead and... It should take me a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and get the other side ready. So that way you guys don't have to wait quite as long. Or at least you'll have to, like, something to look at, rather than just the screen. So pardon me, I need to get this set up appropriately on my carts. Also, they were misbehaving earlier, my carts were. They were not behaving well. Let me go ahead and just reboot. So the screen will go black first. Oh, never mind. That was bad. Anyway, I forgot you're not supposed to do that. So yeah, I've lost connection from my stream for just a second, so pardon me as I get that back up. Alright. Screen should be back. I'll lose it again here temporarily. That's okay. If I can get my... There we go. Alpha Sapphire to show up. Right. So there's some fun tests in Alpha Sapphire today. I actually have no idea what my layout's going to look like with the Generation 6 games, so I'll actually take a look at it myself. Oh, it doesn't look too bad. So you guys can enjoy the Oros intro as I try to get my other DS to recognize that I've put Pokemon X into it. It's being very particular. The DS lies to me. It says there's nothing inserted into the game card slot on the other DS. However, I have put it in there, despite what it claims. Let me try turning it off and turning it back on. Go ahead and hop in here and hop online. So again, I should have lost connection there for a second, but I'll just need to pop back online in the PSS. There we go. My other DS is still being uncooperative. Hey look, there are still people online in Oros. I always think that's interesting. That the games are still popular enough. I am having loads of trouble getting my DS to recognize my X cartridge at the moment, so you can please be patient as I try to tell it that this thing is okay. Is it recognizing anything else? I mean, I literally just had Ultra Monsoon. There we go. Finally. Ah. Oh shoot! This DS doesn't have the cart update for it. Dang it. Okay. I completely overlooked the fact that my other DS doesn't have the Pokemon X latest update. So what that means is we'll try to do whatever mechanics we can on our own. I don't know exactly what we'll be able to pull off, though. Yeah, because I need the Meowstic on the other DS. I wonder what we can do with this. Well, I might be able to pull something off. Grab my in-game team. This is kind of awkward, but... I was gonna wait for the update to download on the RDS. Where'd I put this at? Put it over here. No, we want to keep. Yeah, it's okay. Well, anyway. Oh, yeah, there it goes. Okay. It's already updated itself, as I've been distracted with other things. In fact, I should probably put these in the battle box. It would be more appropriate to put them there. That's right. You have to actually navigate to the battle box in these games. I tried to press X. I was like, instinctively. Take out my world's team. I guess this isn't quite my world's team, but so I can just throw these guys in here. That should be sufficient. Or us. Alright. Connection error. Good. That's what I wanted. Alright, why is that connection error? Because my internet turned off. Probably would help if I turn that back on. 1 second, guys. Be back there. Alright. Pardon me as I get my Pokemon ready to go. Alright, there we go. Finally got my battle boxes ready to go. Okay, doubles. Normal, I think. I think normal auto levels down in Oras. It's been a second. We actually have two mechanics that we're going to test here. The first one is more elaborate, or excuse me, the second is more elaborate than the first. So, the NBC is convinced that even though Quick Guard Protect doesn't work... Oh, I could have done that there, couldn't I? I cannot, why can't I do it? No, it bans the freaking Groudon. Why does it ban the Groudon? It says normal rules, my dude. Alright, whatever. Oh, can I not change my battle box? That's annoying. Alright, 1 second. I got back out, apparently. Man, the Sun and Moon change, so you could edit your battle box on the fly. Such a handy change. Oh, I can't use some. Oh, I know why. Duh. I'm an idiot. It's not because they're banned. It's because they're You just legitimately you can't use a red orb in X and Y. Duh. So because I'm in X and Y, it doesn't count. Alright, I'm sending the challenge on the other DS. I haven't done testing in Gen 6 in a hot second. There we go. Okay. So I think we'll just start off with these circles. Ooh, that looks that's a throwback right there. Alright, so we're just gonna start off by, I believe, which one's the faster one? I believe my Defox Miracle is the faster one. Yep, Defox Miracle is faster. So we're gonna go ahead and use Spike. We'll all the spikes. On the other side, we're going to be using Quick Guard Protect, and we're going to see if we can get Protect to fail or not. So if Amoogus's Protect fails, let's see. Okay, successful Protect. I'm going to be using spikes. This one. And I'll go ahead and set up my sticky web. Sticky web. Yeah, I set that up exactly on purpose, Caitlin. Yeah, because I was very mature and stuff. Yeah. I think it also has 6 to 9 PPFs as well. Got a bot from screen deleted. Oh boy. Alright, so we'll double Toxic Spike next. And we'll put guard. Check. Successful. So 2 for 2. And our last one, what we need to be set up is rocks. Alright. I'm alternating between Rage Powder and Protect on the opposing side because I don't want a regular double Protect. I would want a... if it is possible to get this Quick Guard, it'll protect shenanigans things and... I can get it clean. So rocks are up. So now all 4 entry hazards are up. We're going to be paying attention to the order in which they activate, but we'll be doing that in a second. I'm going to do a couple more Quick Guard Protect tests. 3 for 3 on those. We'll do one more. Because that'll be 4. Let's see, what's the odds of getting 3 times 3 times 3 times 3? 81, 1 out of 81. Actually, we'll do one more after that. 5 should be sufficient. Yeah. I am not convinced that this is how the behavior works. So we'll do 5. And that'll be 1 over 3 to the 5th. If we did manage to pull that off. Let's see if we can get protect. Yeah, 5 for 5. I think it is crazy. It could be a double protect. We're not sure, Caitlin. I'm pretty sure it's not, but Edu was convinced that it was, so I told him I'd test it, and now I can tell him, yeah, man, I think you're just crazy. So I think he's just crazy now. I mean, I guess I should probably test this in Gen 5 now, but what's the way to speed this up? Is it L? R? R, yeah. 260. I thought I had 69 or something else. Yeah, 69 straight wins. No, guess not. Whatever. All right, we can move along to the hazards tests. So I've set these up in a very careful way. So I've set up all 3 layers of spikes first. Then I set up sticky web. Then I set up toxic spikes. Then I set up rocks. So based on my testing that I recently did in Gen 7, which was off camera, but I made a post about it on the Smogon research thread. We should be expecting the order of these entry hazards to be spikes, sticky web, toxic spikes, then rocks. And so we're going to find out. I'm going to go ahead and switch in 2 of my Pokemon for that. So we'll see. And on my side, I'll need to kill another turn. So let's pay attention. So first spikes, then sticky web, then T-spike, then rocks. Okay, I'm almost like 99% certain that it's going to behave the exact same way. Because if it does the same thing here, spike, sticky web, yep. T-spike, rocks. So it's behaving as the same behavior as the XY. Next thing I want to do is I'm going to have the opposing Smeargle set up Stealth Rocks. And I'm going to kill a turn on this side. I'm going to have the opposing Smeargle set up Stealth Rock. And I'm going to side defog. By side defogging in the current generation, in Generation 7, this will only remove hazards for your side and not the opponent. Wasn't that the order in which you set everything? Yeah, exactly. It is the order I set everything in Infinity Groudon, which is not how Showdown does it. Yeah. Defog works the same way in Gen 6 as it does in Gen 7, right? Pretty sure it does. Guess we'll find out if it doesn't. That'd be kind of embarrassing if it doesn't. So we'll side rocks. And on this side, we'll just Actually, I'll switch this guy out. I'll switch this out to a moon. No, I'll switch out to Zard. Points posed disappeared from around your team. It doesn't say anything about the opponent. So that means if I should... I'm going to switch out my... I'm going to double switch as well. So I'm going to switch out my Smeargle into... I guess... Runzong. And then I'm going to switch out the opposing Smeargle into my Moongus. We'll just kill a turn with this thing. No rocks damage. Spikes. Sticky web. It should absorb the T-spike now. Yeah. And then rocks. Okay. So we're gonna forfeit for now. Then we're going to switch things up a little bit. We're going to have the opposing side be the one that brings rocks and everything. Or it leads with rocks, I suppose. So I'll just... let's see here. Yeah, I guess I'll lead with... Oh, I don't want to lead with this one, though. Which one's my normal? Okay, this one. I'll lead with these two. Bring back some 2016 flashbacks. What would defog Crobat before, though, Caitlin? I don't feel like watching the Geomancy animation, so... we might do Geomancy once. So, I set up last time in the order of Spikes, Sticky Web, Toxic Spikes, Rocks. I'm going to do it in the exact reverse. Or not the exact reverse, I'm going to do it like... I'm going to do like T-Spike... Oh, for Hypnosis. Oh. I mean, that could be interesting. But, like, one of the reasons that Gravity was good because you could hit the flying types. It wasn't just for that. That was T-Spike. Settles up the... Actually, I want to do it this way. Rocks. What, did I already set up rocks? Oh, I did, because I'm an idiot. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I already had rocks set up. Okay. Yeah, anyway, spikes next. You're the third person to ask that today, Ace or Ryan. I wonder if my stream's getting recognized somewhere. Maybe people are looking to get some battles done. Oh yeah, I suppose I should technically change the game, but I don't care. This looks like Sun and Moon footage, doesn't it? Basically the same thing. And we'll get the last layer of spike. It's not necessary that I do this, but I don't care. We're gonna do it. So now when I switch my side around, I'm expecting things to activate in order of toxic spikes to stealth rock to sticky web to spikes, based on the order I set them up. So let's go ahead and double switch. I'll switch into my Bronzong into my Smeargle. Smeargle on screen. Looks like something. Alright, so let's pay attention. T-Spike first, then it should be rocks. And then it should be sticky web. Yep, and then it should be spikes. Give it the exact same way that I did in it does in modern generation. Rocks, web, spikes. Maintenance is going on. Ha! Get mished. Okay. So that verifies 2 of the mechanics I have. Let's see if there's anything else that I can do that's relevant. Let me check the forums and see my posts that I made. See what other important checks I should do. Entry hazards and speed tiers would probably be good. Yeah, I can switch to Xerneas and that'll tell me speed tier information. I'll just double switch. It's fine. Speed tier information should be fine. If the Fairy Aura goes after all the hazards, I'm gonna assume it behaves the same way. So I'm expecting Fairy Aura to activate after all of this crap has occurred. Toxic spikes, rocks, web, spike, Fairy Aura. Yep. Let me see if I have any activation abilities on the opposing side. I think I have Salamence. Let me see the. See what my Salamence's speed is. $140, so I believe it's actually speed ties this Xerneas. No, it's 130. Okay, so Salamence is faster. So I actually should be able to do some testing there. So I'll go ahead and switch into Smeargle. And so I'm going to try to sack this Smeargle off at the same time I kill another Pokemon. So let me think about how I want to do that. I'll send in Charizard, I suppose. Wait, no. I'll send in Amoonguss. Side Defog. But now it worked. 32 down to 23. I don't know if it'll take twice as much or not. I guess we'll find out. Ideally, it won't die this turn, but if it does, whatever. Gold Zard. I guess I'll just set up rocks on the opposing side. Yeah, that should be fine. Down to 44. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so Smeargle's gotta die this turn. So I'm also gonna kill my Amoonguss on this same turn. I actually might not be able to because this apparently is not Megazard Y. Hopefully this Amoonguss is not that bulky. No! That's okay. I should just have to wait an extra turn to get this other Smeargle to die, but... Don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die. Okay, thank you. Alright, so I'll just edit my Bronzong. That one won't die. Why didn't we use spikes in 16 Caitlyn? So we can figure out whether or not the Bronzong was, what's it called? Heat-proof or not? Yeah. Should've done that. That would've been much smarter. I don't know what we were thinking. Let's use gravity. See, we should use spikes, and then we could figure out whether or not the Bronzong was heat-proof. Would have been 200 IQ. Gravity. I remember that animation. That was a good animation. Alright, so both Smeargle and the opposing Amoonguss have fainted on the same turn. This Smeargle is going to be faster than the opposing Amoonguss, so that means Xerneas will be replaced prior to the Salamence. However, Salamence will take Stealth Rock damage and its Intimidate activate prior to the Xerneas as stop activating. So, pay attention. It should have the Salamence take Stealth Rock damage first, and then it should activate its Intimidate. Afterwards, all the entry hazards should affect the Xerneas, and then it will be affected by Firiora. And the reason I knew that was because I knew the Salamence was faster than the Xerneas. The Xerneas was 130 stat, and the opposing Salamence was 140. So, you could just P-Blades? Nah, why would you P-Blades? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, determines speed. I did the side defog test. Stuff is tied together. Yeah, that should be sufficient, I think, to prove that the behavior is the same in Oras. I suppose the thing I probably should do a Lumberry. Yeah, I'll do one test with Lumberry Toxic Spikes. And so I need to set up Toxic Spikes basically to be the not the last entry hazard. So the opposing side will remain the same, it looks like. On my side, I'll just give this Linoon a Lumberry. I'm sure I have a Lumberry. I do. I have 122 Lumberries, because you can harvest a lot of berries in Oras. We don't want to lead with this. Just lead with these two, and hopefully I can't do anything too terrible to myself. Actually, we'll do this. because I know these two can't do anything. There we go. And on the opposing side, we'll lead with our entry hazard ones. Or you could P-Blades. Nah, P-Blades is too late to figure it out. You figure out if it's heat-proof on the switch end. Have. Unfortunately, it only has attacking moves. Unfortunately, whatever. We'll just use Gust. So we'll set Spike first. Then we'll do Rocks. Hopefully my Combi is bulky enough to take a crunch. Or my in-game Gyarados. Completely tanked it. Ate it up for breakfast. Alright, Spike, Rocks. And then I'll set up D-Spike, Sticky Web. It's actually kind of convenient that the Combi fainted there, because I don't have to spend a turn switching. So Toxic Spikes will go up. And then the webs will go up. So my prediction when I said Linoon is that it should take Spikes damage, then it should take... Is Sweet Spike blocked by White Guard now? Yes, in the modern generation. It wouldn't be blocked in Generation 6, but it would be blocked in Generation 7. So my expectation here is for the Spikes damage to occur, then the Rocks damage. So Spikes... then Rocks, then T-Spike, then Lumberry, yep, and then Webs. Yep. Okay, so that's pretty much everything that those are all the relevant tests from, for hazards that I wanted to test from the newest generation and the current generation. As a result, I have tested everything that I want to do tonight. Under 2 hours, I'm pretty impressed with myself. Other than, like, I'm kind of iffy on where slow starts at. Nevertheless, that should be pretty good. Alright, I appreciate you all for coming out. Especially Caitlin. Hi, Caitlin. Because you actually talked in the chat, so that's nice. So there we go. So have a nice evening. Yeah, and that stuff.